Hi Tarot loves, it's Ethany and I am going to be sharing with you today my new moon in Pisces tarot spread, and I'm also going to have a chat about the energies that are around on the new moon in Pisces and talk about dream work, and going to show and share with you a little bit about working with dreams and dream recall and how to make a dream pouch. And then I'm going to switch cameras and I'm going to do the spread and give you a bit of tips and show you sort of how I work with that tarot spread. So there's a lot in this video. It's a part of the new moon series for 2017. So I'm pretty excited. So the new moon in Pisces happens in 2017 on the 26th of February, depending on where you are geographically located. I'm doing this for my time zone, the PST time zone. And along with it, the season of the mystics of the zodiac. So my moon is in Pisces. This is going to be a very interesting moon for me. Not only is my moon in Pisces, I also have extremely vivid dreams, have since I was a child. I can recall my dreams. I have always been able to recall my dreams, have been able to control my dreams since I was a child. So this is going to be very interesting for me. There is also a solar eclipse in Pisces at this time. So there's a lot of cosmic energy going on around this time. Your dreams could be more vivid and alive than usual, and people who work with dream energy and lucid dreaming should be extremely excited for this full moon. Like any dream work, we're talking about the realm of the subconscious, so it's a good time to kind of see if there's any roadblocks in your way, or if there's anything subconsciously that's been programmed by your belief system or by society that you want to kind of shift and move on. Any moon in Pisces is super dreamy and mystical, so I wanted to share some tips and a little ritual to help you remember your dreams, as they may hold important messages for you, and it's also really fun. I'm just going to take a sip of my water from my Star Wars water bottle that I love so much because I'm a massive geek. So getting back to our regular schedule programming, you can use your dreams and intuitive hits to help you manifest your desires and goals as well. So it's a very powerful combination when you use your mystical gifts along with daily work towards your goals. So even if you don't work with your dreams or you don't do anything else but just use the tarot spread, pay attention to your intuition. Listen to your inner guidance and body to help you navigate this time. And I would even say some really good advice overall for everyone at this time is to just take a hot second before you make any choices, because as I was mentioning before, there's all this subconscious stuff coming up, and the moon card in the tarot talks about the primal things in us that get dredged up, and in around a new moon, it's like in Pisces, because the Pisces connection with the moon card, there can be a lot of like fight or flight or survival mechanisms around your decision making. So just chill for 2 seconds before you make a lot of choices that are going to have long-term implications or ramifications. And if you feel as though around this time you're struggling with the real world and struggling to get things done, carry around some grounding crystals such as hematite and red jasper, and ground often. So do your visualizations, go hug a tree, literally just, drum, stamp your feet, do all those things that you need to do to keep grounded, and drink lots and lots and lots of water. And here's a little muggle tip: focusing on one thing at a time can really help. Now, I know that may seem like really like basic 101 stuff, but for me, I'm a creative person. I have a million things going on at one time. I can feel very overwhelmed. So if it wasn't for, I don't even know what it is, if it wasn't for my, the way that I use my bullet journals, or it's not even a bullet journal, it's just aligned, because I love chapters. I buy a lot of notebooks As my mother has said, I have been obsessed with paper forever. And I just write there's a bunch of notes in here. I write all the things that I need to do for the day and I set them as priorities. So even if I, like today was library, post office, Oracle Wednesday, because this is when I'm recording it, and then the readings I need to do today, and announce the next Tarot Live Jam, which is already would have happened by the time this is, it'll be on the 22nd, guys. So this is coming out on the 20th. So this Wednesday, Tarot Jam. So even if I get those things done, I'm not allowing myself to get overwhelmed. I've turned off my email. I can always go back to it later. I silence my phone. And for the next 4 hours, I'll be not on social media. So doing those sorts of things, you're not missing out on anything. That FOMO can just kind of go away. It does help, believe me, as a hyper creative, super sensitive empath. This is one thing that just helps me get my shit done, basically. So there we go. That's kind of what's maybe going around the new moon in Pisces. So now I'm going to talk about creating a dream pouch. So I can't sew for shit. A lot of you guys know this. Actually, most of you know this if you have been following me for any amount of time. I have sewing envy. I wish, I watch Project Runway religiously and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so jealous. I can't sew. So this is the little pouch that I've done in the past. I've just used these little silk pouches. Now, because there are dried herbs in this, I would recommend putting a rubber band around this. I wouldn't put the herbs in plastic though, because you want the herbs to be able to you want to smell them coming through the pouch, but you just want to make sure this is sealed up tight, or you can sew across it, or you can make your own little dream pouch if you are sewing inclined, and you don't want it to be really any bigger than like this. Because it's going to go either under your pillow or it's going to go by your bed if you move around in your sleep and you're worried about this ending up on the floor or whatever. And you're going to use that for your dream recall. So what you're going to need is the small pouch or some fabric. You can even go to a dollar store and get some of the felt there and use that if you're good at sewing. So all of your crystals that I'm going to show you, there's only 2, and the herbs, you only need a small amount, will all need to fit into this pouch. So be aware when you pick your crystals that you're not putting a huge chunk of something in your pouch, because it becomes a little unmanageable. So the next thing you're going to need is a small tumbled amethyst. So I'm just going to make sure you guys can see this on the camera. So this is, it doesn't look very amethysty, but it's because this light is super bright. I love this one. It kind of looks like a little bear. And then, I've got a darker piece too. I'm just showing you, these are small. I want to show you for size recognition of what I would put in my pouch. So this is a great stone for awakening psychic ability. So you activating the higher chakras and getting all those beautiful third eye vibes happening. And then I'm also suggesting that you put in a small tumbled moonstone. So that's one of my milkier pieces of moonstone. Again, I'm just showing you size-wise. I would just put one in. And look, this is a tiny little piece of rainbow moonstone. This gorgeous. Doesn't matter. It'll still do its job. So the reason why we use moonstone is because it's great for dream protection. So if you have anyone who's suffering from nightmares or insomnia or night terrors, especially children, moonstone is amazing. My child has got a full grid underneath his bed, where he can't reach it to help. He's got a massive piece of moonstone and dravite, which is brown tourmaline, in his bedroom as well as amber and a bunch of other stuff. So it's very, very good for dream protection, and it's connected to the moon. So you're going to be connecting to this moon energy. So the 3 herbs that I have recommended for this dream pouch are all based on their magical qualities, and they are Damiana. So you want 1 teaspoon of Damiana dried herb. This herb is said to have an ability to increase clairvoyance and psychic abilities. And if you have sexy dreams, you can thank me later because it's also a aphrodisiac. 1 teaspoon of dried jasmine flowers. So jasmine, which is one of my favorite scents of all time. Just love the freaking smell of jasmine. It stimulates the creative mind and also provides for psychic protection. And then a bonus thing about jasmine is it's also connected to the moon and a bunch of moon deities, a bunch of moon goddesses. So it's a wonderful connector as well to this moon energy we want to work with. And then 2 teaspoons of mugwort. So mugwort is the herb for visions and prophetic dreams. So we want to add that in to there as well. Now I have recommended that you use dried herbs for all of these when you're working with them. So all you want to do is mix your herbs together and place them in your pouch along with your crystals and make sure it is sealed well. As I mentioned, you can put a rubber band around it, or you can even sew it shut if you are sewing challenged like me. The rubber band may be the way to go. I would also charge my pouch, so let's just pop these in here. I do have the herbs in my apothecary cabinet, but I'm not going to go through it right now. So we say we've got all of our stuff in here. And so now I would charge this by holding the pouch in between my hands and seeing it filled with universal light. So whether you, if you do Reiki or you're used to channeling or used to energy work, I would see this filled with universal light, and I would set the intention that this would be used for dream work. So if you are an essential oil user and not really into dried herbs, you can also use the oils if you like as well. Just make sure that you put a little diffuser bead or some fabric inside to diffuse the oils. And if you are really handy at sewing, you can make a little pillow and make it as beautiful as you want. You can like hand sew on some sigils. I just wanted to show you guys it could be as easy as possible. All of the herbs that I have shown you and I've talked about are not to be taken internally. I am not a herbal medicine practitioner. I'm not saying to take any of them internally. I throw my hands up and saying that that's not my realm of expertise. These were just the magical quality of these plants. And please, if before you take any herb in any form like this, anything that you see as a magical quality, before you take it internally, please consult a qualified herbal medicine practitioner. So I purchased my herbs here from Vancouver area from Gaia Garden Apothecary, and I put the link in over at ethany.com where this the transcription for this is. Australian Witches, I have not purchased items from this store, but they do have some amazing stock, so let me know how you go. It's Elfheims, and I put the link as well over at ethany.com. You can buy a lot of these things online. Just I would do a little bit of research to make sure that they are harvested ethically and they are organic, and that's the reason why I go through Gaia Garden Apothecary. So now you have your beautiful little pillow. I'm going to run through a nighttime ritual for you to remember your dreams. So before you fall asleep, you're going to take your little dream pouch, or you can take your amethyst and moonstone if you don't have one of these pouches. You're going to hold it in your hands, close your eyes, this is after it's been charged, and you're going to say to yourself 3 times, by the winds of inspiration and memory, I remember my dreams. By the waters of subconscious and intuition, I remember my dreams. As I will it, so mote it be. So you want to say that little incantation right before you fall asleep 3 times. You can say it out loud if there's no one else in the room. You can say it to yourself if there is, or you can just say it anyway and not care. And then you want to see yourself waking up gently in the morning and recalling your dreams with ease and writing them down. So having a little bit of time while your eyes are closed to visualize yourself waking up and remembering it, and like just being like, yes, I remember my dreams, and writing it down. So having a pen and a dream journal or mirror book next to your bed so that it is at arm's reach is so good. It's the best idea ever. If you don't have a dream journal, or if you've never worked with a dream journal kind of format, I have created a free dream journal downloadable for you, which I will put in the comments below, and you can download it over on the blog post at ethne.com. So now you place your pouch or your crystals under your pillow or by your bedside and drift off to sleep. So some additional tips for working with your dreams are these. So having an alarm can bust through your dreams. So often we find that it's very, very distracting for people who work with dream energy. They are necessary for modern life at times, but even if you can allow yourself one day to wake up naturally to do this, you'll find that your results are better and they become much more natural. When you wake up, don't talk to anyone for a few minutes. So when you wake up initially, close your eyes again and focus on even the smallest detail from the dream that you can remember. You'll find that when you do this and you allow yourself the time to be in that in-between space, your dreams will come back like unraveling a thread. And this is what happens to me all the time. Because as I mentioned, I have been working with my dreams ever since I was a child. And it came from necessity. I used to have horrible reoccurring dreams. I've spoken about this on more than one occasion on here. And I had to learn how to control my dreams so that I could switch off when this script started running and I knew this horrible thing was going to start playing in front of my eyes. I would switch it and change directions. So because of that ability to control it, I now know when I have had a dream, especially if it's a great dream, I will stop in the morning and I'll remember one thing and I'll just allow my mind to like piece it all back together again while I'm not talking to anyone. A little bit harder when I have a toddler now, but he tends to be a pretty good sleeper now, which is great. And the final thing is to give it time. I am an extremely light sleeper and I've always been able to remember my dreams, but not everyone is like that. I know many of my friends are just out like a light, wake up like a light, there's nothing in between. So if you're shifting from something like that, you're going to have to train your body and train your mind and train your energy, hence the pouch and the invocation and the little spell there, to actually work in this way. So you're reprogramming your subconscious. So do allow it some time. So before I jump into our new moon in Pisces tarot spread, I would love to hear from you guys about dream recall and if you guys work with your dream energies or not. Yeah, it'd be rad if you guys could share your experiences below. Fun fact, this post kind of went from me doing some work on the new moon in Pisces to it being a full-blown 4-page typed script. So I just went with it. Alrighty, so now we're going to talk about the new moon in Pisces tarot spread that I have created. And this tarot spread works with the energies of the new moon in this sign. So when things start to get stirred up by our subconscious, we can get a little emotional. So reading for yourself may give you some space to reflect on what is the best way to give yourself self-care and get things done in your daily life, because I have said that this year is the year of the sacred manifestor. So having some space, some sacred space where you can kind of go, okay, am I getting in my own way? What do I need to work on? Let's just take a temperature check here, can really, really help. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over to a different camera and I'm going to show you a sample reading of the new moon in Pisces tarot spread. And don't forget to share your readings with the hashtag new moons Pisces tarot on social media. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and let's jump over to the altar table. Okie dokie, so now I'm going to run through the new moon in Pisces tarot spread. You can see it in action. Today I am using the gorgeous Efflorescent Tarot by Katie Rose Pipkin. She's also done the Little Monsters Tarot. My copy is winging its way to me as I speak, and I'm super excited about that. So I'm just going to give this a shuffle, and then I'm going to lay the cards out as per the spread, and then we're going to look at each position and how you may interpret this for the new moon in Pisces. This is just a little sample and example for you. So it goes 1, 2, and I realize you can't see all of it. I'm still waiting for my other tripod to arrive, but we'll make do with what we've got for now. 3, 4, 5. Yay! Okay, so the first position is this position here, and this is how can I best manage my energy levels during this new moon in Pisces. And we have Judgment. Oh, I feel like this is super charged right now. We have the Judgment card. Because there is a lot of judgments going on right now. We are throwing shit thick and fast at everyone. Everybody's getting it. So I feel like this is a very strong card for all of us to focus on our work, because this is also the card of our sacred calling and doing what we are drawn to do and what we are called to do. So focusing on our own shit and maybe not slinging crap at other people and not getting involved in that kind of stuff is a very effective way to manage your energy and also make sure you're not getting brought down or getting involved with any of that sort of stuff. So kind of like that. Actually, I love that. Love it. The second position down here is what requires my attention or my awareness during this new moon in Pisces. And we have the lovely Hanged Man. And for me, in this position, in this spread, it would be around looking at things from a new perspective. What needs my attention is maybe what are the things that I can't control right now, and what are the things I'm trying to force, and what am I trying to control, and looking at how I can be a little bit more surrendering and going with the flow. And man, have I ever learned this one this month, and just going with it around this time. Position number 3 is top row middle, and this is where or how can I show more compassion around this new moon in Pisces. And we have, oh, look at all these major arcana. Shut up! We have Strength. And look how compassionate that card is just in its physical appearance, which is one way you can interpret the cards. She's giving the lion a cuddle, and the lion is loving it. So maybe we just need to go out and hug some bitches and be nice and cuddle more and love more and be gentle more, and realize that sometimes when people are throwing judgments around, they really just are being triggered, and we need to give them some love, or we just could be a little bit kinder and compassionate to people. Gentle love is very much attached to that Strength card. Position number 4, which is down the bottom here, is how can I bring more self-care into my spiritual practice around this new moon in Pisces. Another major arcana card. I swear to God, guys, I shuffled this. And this is very much around the laws of the universe for me in this position. I would interpret this as knowing what energy you're putting out there, you're going to get back. So if you're focusing on all of these other things and all these external forces and taking care of everybody else, you're going to have very little coming back to you. So justice comes in to ask, where are you sending your energy? Where are you putting your energy? And are you actually making yourself a priority? The cause of law and effect. The law of cause and effect. Y'all know what I meant. And then the final position, which is up here. What do my spirit guides or my higher self have to give me as a message this new moon in Pisces? And we have a minor arcana card, a 6 of Swords. I love this for so many reasons, because this is the mental and also a mental card with its connection to the swords if you choose to see the swords as air, as I do. But also has a connection to the subconscious and water, which Pisces does. So in this, we have this going over the sea of our subconscious and over the seas of our troubled mind or our concerns, and moving to a new haven. And these swords in the boat is like, what are we taking with us? So being a new moon, it's perfect. So what do you want to take with you? What do you want to achieve in the next moon phase, in the next, the whole 28 days of the next moon phase? What goals are you setting? What are you telling yourself? What are you getting in your way about? This is a bit of a stock take to focus on the things that are going to yield results and feel good for you, and to leave the rest of the bullshit behind. And so that's the spread, my loves. I hope that has helped. And even if you take away anything for this from yourself, as I mentioned, it is on the 26th. I know I'm posting this early. I wanted to give you guys some time to prepare your dream pouches and to get ready to set up for your readings. Come on and share them over at the Tarot Readers Academy Facebook group or on Instagram. Let a girl know when you post it, as my feed can move a little bit quickly. And I really hope that you get something out of this, and happy new moon in Pisces, loves.